everybody.
Hi, everybody.
I guess first things first, we want to make sure that you can see us and hear us. Okay, welcome. My name is Noelle, and this is my friend,
Kelly.
and we are coming to you from different places this time. I'm still in southwestern Ontario, but Kelly is in
Los Cobos, Mexico.
Yay, so you can tell the difference in outfits.
Yes, yes. We're both wearing sweaters, but I think my sweater is a little warmer weather
I think
friendly.
it might be. I think it might be. And I have jeans on under mine.
So. I was going to say I have a bathing suit bottom, but I did come back to grab a quick shower. So no, I threw on a pair of pants. Everybody else is still down in the pool though, having some fun and waiting for us to finish. And I think then we've got some dinner plans. But
well, we actually have a little bit of snow here. So
as
much as I was going on and on about how much I wanted snow, now that we have it, like I said to Ross, I just can't get warm today.
You're already done with it, right? Yeah.
No, I'm not done with it. I like it. I don't want it to be there for anybody to have to drive in.
Right.
So, but it looked pretty. So, and I mean, it's not very much, but I guess some other places got a little bit more. And like watching the news, like we're pretty lucky because that storm that's gone up the East Coast, there's been a lot of flooding. And I think some places in Connecticut that got hit earlier got hit again. And same with Nova Scotia. Like I looked at so we really feel for anybody that it's in those areas. Just weather in the past couple of years has just been crazy all over. So, so I mean, I guess we should just be happy with our little bit of snow. So,
yeah, I know. I saw the snow. We have cameras at our house, right?
Mm-hmm.
So mostly I've just been monitoring the squirrels down here because they are freaking out. They're going to the patio door all day long and wondering where I am, haven't got their nuts. But anyway, I did see the snow on the back deck, and I was also talking to Damon yesterday, and he said that you'd gotten some snow. So yeah, absolutely. So before we get too deep into this, I'm going to see if I can do this from my end. I did take just a couple of pictures to show everyone where I am, and hopefully I think I should be able to pull them up. It looks like I can. So we are staying at the, get this right. Okay. We're staying at the Cabo Azul resort, and this is the front entrance of the resort. It is an absolutely stunning resort. And this here is this is a view of the main pool looking out from the chapel, and the ocean would be at the far back that you see. And then this behind me, this is the view that you'll start to see because it's going to get dark here very quickly. And this is what we're looking over at night. This is our apartment. And then I have just one more picture, and this picture I love. I took this today. This is Prince Miles sleeping like a king in one of the cabanas down at the beach. Now the beach is really not swimmable, but I know that Mike and Derek have definitely been in swimming, but you're not supposed to go in. The undertows are really, really strong. But Miles is having a great time, and I just thought he looked like a sweet little prince in there having a great little nap. So
that looks like a pretty big. That looks like a pretty big cabana.
Oh, it is like bigger than a king-size bed. We were all in the cabana at one point, and they have full service down there. Like Kendall was in there getting Miles down to nap, and she ordered a salad and some treats, and then she ordered a smoothie for Miles when he woke up. And yeah, we were having just a lovely time. This is our third day, so we've mostly just stayed here for the time being. And tomorrow the activities start. We've got some things booked that we're doing, and we've got a car to pick up and some other things that are going to happen. But the resort is beautiful. It's beautiful. Like I don't know how to say how beautiful it is.
It is, and it looks nice.
It seems like everywhere we go, like a couple of times we've been. So we have a full 2-bedroom apartment. It's a massive outfit. And we went down to the grocery store, and we did take a taxi back from the grocery store because it's a lovely walk, but not when you're carrying all of your supplies. And as soon as we told the Uber driver, you know, yes, we're going to the Cabo Woods. Ooh, very nice, very nice. So it is an absolutely beautiful property. Sharon's asking if we'll be here for Christmas. No, Sharon, we won't be here for Christmas. We are heading home. Well, not home. We're heading to our daughter's place on the 23rd of December to have Christmas there with them in Chilliwack. And then we'll be heading home, I think, the following Friday. That's how it's looking anyway. So,
yeah. Do they have snow there in Chilliwack?
Not when they left. And I don't think so. I think, actually, I don't even think you'll have snow by Christmas.
Because we won't. No. It's supposed to be like 7 degrees and raining by Christmas. So
yeah, and Mike was looking at the long-term forecast, and that's what he said. It's supposed to be quite warm there, so you'll be all good. Jermaine, I'm in Los Cabos, Mexico.
Okay, so anyway, thank you everyone for joining us. We are a mostly knitting podcast.
Not a travel podcast.
Well, yeah, but we show places that we go to.
We do.
And we are mostly knitting, but we do some other things as well. And this is our Tuesday night Knit Chat Cafe get together. And Sharon was the first one in here tonight. She got the conversation going. And she was talking a little bit about she's getting inspired to do some spinning and some weaving, which is awesome. Always nice to have some new fiber hobbies. And but there was people from all over. We had like New Zealand, Australia, the Netherlands, and then a bunch of different places in Canada and in Mexico. Kelly's here from Mexico. Yay. And in the States. And it's so nice that everybody's able to join us in the Knit Chat Cafe. We had some conversations going on. Janet was asking, she said she is going to get an electric ball winder and wondered if anybody had any recommendations. I would love to have one, but I don't have one.
What a luxury.
We have Finland in here too.
Finland in here.
Finland, awesome. That's awesome. Yep.
Yes.
So
can I just say though, before I had an actual ball winder, and when I was the ball winder and Mike was the Swift, when I got my ball winder, was that not the most fun ever? I know. Winding yarn that I wasn't even ready to knit with. But now I'm like, I have to wind that yarn, right? And anyway, but an electric one, wouldn't that be the cat's meow? Yeah.
So if anybody has any recommendations, stick them in here. I think I looked at them, but they're just a lot of money for, I don't know.
Some of
I had one and I don't like it. And I went back to my very old one. Eventually I'll get a new one, but for right now it'll do. So, but anyway, an electric one would be lovely, but I don't see it in the near future.
No.
So, and then, Frankie said that she just finished her Riptide Slipover and she loved knitting it. It's an amazing pattern. So
it really is. Really is.
Yeah.
I didn't bring mine with me, obviously, because I won't need that.
Did you not bring it to wear? Did you not bring it to wear in Chilliwack?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I brought some other things that kind of could pull some double duty. Like, actually, I wore this sweater down on the plane because it's linen, and mostly linen. But I did bring another short sleeve sweater with me, and then that goes over top of a dress that I could wear in the evenings here. It does get a little bit cool. Or I brought some shirts that will go underneath it for long sleeve once I'm in Chilliwack. So it was really tricky packing because we did have to pack for two very different locations in climate. Yes.
Yeah. Crystal says that she's working on the Riptide Slipover too. So I know that it's fun doing that stitch that's in there.
And it really is.
And it's not difficult. And I think it looks a lot more intricate than it is, but it's just a beautiful stitch. So
it really is. Yes, really is.
So, okay. So I have a couple of little admin things. First of all, Unit Toronto, they've got a new pattern that's out, and I've got a picture of it in here. I'll just put it up. And this is the Olympia Vest. So you can see it's got a little bit of a kind of like a mock or a turtleneck at the top, and at the side, down at the bottom, past the waist, it's got a split hem. and it's sleeveless, so you can wear it either by itself or over top of a blouse. And I can see her half tuck there that I think looks like, we talked about this before. I always think the half tuck should be the whole half tucked in, but apparently this is a thing. One
It is
half
a
out,
thing.
one half
I
in.
know. Yes. Because I wore mine one day that way to the coffee shop, and you said you forgot to tuck in the other half. I said, no, it's a thing. It's really a thing. So when this,
I did not know that was a thing.
I know, but then when this pattern came out, I think I sent you the wink. I said, see, it's a thing. It's really a thing.
Well, you know what? I had on a shirt today and I did that, and I'm like, no, I can't do it. I just feel like once I can do the French tuck where you just tuck in a little bit at the top.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
I just feel funny and especially for me, because it's usually longer because I'm short. Yes. So there's a big difference between the side that's hanging out and the side that's tucked in. Yes. But anyways, this is the Olympia Vest. It is by, just a minute here. Why is it giving me a hard time? Oh, it's not Starry Night.
No.
Okay. Let me take that off. There we go. So this is the Olympia Vest. It's by Claudia Quintanilla from Unit Toronto. And she has offered us a code for 50% off the pattern until December the 25th, midnight Eastern Standard Time. And the code is Olympia in Pieces. And I will make sure that that's in the show notes so that if you're interested in doing this, you can get the pattern for 50% off. It is a 26 stitch gauge pattern. So the actual pattern itself combines two lace weight yarns in order to get that gauge. You could probably do it with like a mohair and another lace weight, like a non-fuzzy lace weight, or you could probably just do it with a fingering if you just wanted to do one strand. Yes. But it's a beautiful pattern. So if you're interested, that code will be available until midnight EST on Christmas. So
what do you think about 2 strands of titicaca? Would that work?
Oh, I think that, yeah, because that's 2 lace weight.
Yeah.
Oh, that would look nice.
That would look really nice.
And that would feel amazing.
It would feel amazing. I know. I love that pattern. I love that pattern.
Yep. And that would feel nice around your neck too, right? Because you don't have anything.
That's right.
Anything rough around your neck.
Yes. Yeah.
So
super cozy
yeah,
too.
and probably what's their new one too, that the new Holst one.
Haya.
Yeah. You could probably use a strand of that and a strand of titicaca.
Yes, I bet you could.
Because it's a lace weight too, is it not?
No. It's a little thicker. You might have to just use
the
Haya on its own. Yeah.
I thought that it was a lace weight. But anyway, so that was the first thing. So the next thing is we had been talking about some of our knit-alongs for next year. And we had kind of thrown around the idea about an Advent knit-along because Kelly had done her socks this year, the Merry and Bright, correct?
Yes.
And she had taken the socks were divided into 12.
Yes.
And she had done one section every month, but one section on each of the socks, right?
Right.
So that you have finished socks by the time Advent or December rolls around, right? But what often happens is a lot of people get Advent calendars and they're pulling out little bits of yarn, but you don't necessarily get to knitting it in December because there's so many other things going on in December you may not have the time. So we had thought about and we have actually decided to have an Advent Makealong, which will run all of 2024. So Natalie was all in on this. So She was very kind and generous, and she has offered us a discount code on a lot of her Advent patterns so that if you want to get started on something, well, you can't start till January 1st, but if you want to get the pattern ahead of time and see what you're going to do, you can look at her patterns, and I'll bring up the ones that she's giving us a discount on here. Okay, so the first one is her. Okay, this is her newest, and this is gorgeous. This is her cozy.
Spoiler alert, friends. This is what I'm going to be casting on in January for sure.
Okay. So this is her cozy quilt socks. So these just came out. So You could do all sorts of things with this. Like you could break it down and do it in just the 2 colors. You could use a variegated color, or you could make each of those quilt block stripes a different yarn. So, but it looks amazing. So that's the first one. The next one is the one that Kelly did.
Yes.
And just let me get the name. You can't get the names or anything either, can you?
No, I can't. Sorry. Noelle.
Okay, that's okay. So that's okay. That's okay. I'm concentrating. I just got to concentrate.
Okay. Noelle is running the show tonight. Do you want to grab the banners and maybe I'll talk as you bring them up? Would that be easier? So that we'll just try to take one job away.
Okay. Yes. You talk.
Okay. So Noelle is totally running the show tonight. Thank you, Noelle. And I was trying to be helpful, but I'm working just on an iPhone and like pushing those little buttons is pretty tight. So this is the second pattern. And these are the ones that I made this year. It's called the Merry and Bright. And each little section of the sock has a word that is sort of holiday or Advent related, things that bring you joy in December. And I had so much fun making these. And you could do, I have seen so many people do them different ways. I saw some people even, well, actually, the way she has it shown on there so that they're reversed. You could do the background color in all of your stripes and then do your words in one solid color, and then they flipped it around and did the other sock the other way. I did mine. I used the Stroll Brights, so every section was a bright color, and I used white lettering. But I was really caught up on the people that used the black for the lettering, and I think that maybe next year something with the quilts. I think there's definitely going to be a little bit of black in my socks. However, I work that in. So that would be the second pattern, and there are 12 stripes on there as well.
Did you bring yours to wear in Mexico?
You know, I didn't. I had them in my hand, and I was like, that suitcase was getting full, and I thought, oh, Kelly, like they're only a pair of socks, but plus we had to bring Christmas gifts with us.
Kelly, you could have worn them with Birkenstocks, and everybody could have seen them.
I did wear my all treed up socks to the airport, and Mike actually said, seriously, are you really? He goes, that's quite a look. And I said, I'm going to take the socks off on the plane, and then I am like vacation ready when I get there. But no, so I didn't bring them.
Okay.
But I did take a picture of them up in front of the tree before I left, and I did post it to my Instagram. So if anybody wants to see that, definitely go into our Instagram and
I saw that picture and it looked beautiful. But the way you had it focused, it was like, I bet it's snowing outside too. And I knew it wasn't.
It was merry and bright because it wasn't snowing outside.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. So
Okay, so the next ones are, this is her Advent 2023 socks.
Now these are the socks that you test. Them. Well, you test knit these ones, right? And so what she's got going on here is each banner is a special little sort of Advent-y thing. There's little motifs, and this is a little bit of a design your own adventure. I know she's got some additional motifs in there that you get to choose. For instance, in the on the corner of the screen, the white with the little black motifs are little toys that children would have, and you get to choose the toys that you want to knit into the pattern. And this could be a lot of fun too. So once again, you could go crazy with the colors. You could put something in that's sort of a solid, just with certain things highlighted. But
it could be just, you could do it with just 2 colors.
Yes.
So okay, so the next ones.
Oh, and Natalie's in here. We should have had Natalie in here talking about these patterns. 2023 is the Night Before Christmas poem. That's right. That's right, Natalie.
Yes,
now I remember.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So this is her mini mint. So the mini mint is the child version of the Merry Mint, which I'll show you in a minute. And this is a children's pattern. And again, it's kind of choose your own adventure, like choose where you want to put, like there's all different motifs and you can kind of choose where you want to put them. Each of the motifs like are definitely kind of Christmas related. Like there's poinsettias, there's candy canes, there's holly, there's snowflakes, there's stars. It's gorgeous. And so that could be a perfect Advent project. Depending on who you're doing it for, you would just have to figure out how much you would have to do every month in order to have it done by the end of December. Okay, and then the next one. So these are the Advent 2022 Just got to find the name.
Okay, I'll look for that. Let me help you.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I think I put in 2 banners with 2023 instead of 2022.
Oh, yes, I think you did. Sorry. Okay. Well, friends, they are the 2022 socks.
2023. So, and again, these are, I forget what the theme was. Maybe Natalie can tell us if she's there. But again, they're all different Christmas themed motifs that you can pick and choose which ones you want to put where. And actually, like she's got the socks matching here. You don't even really have to match the socks. You could do the motifs in different places if you wanted to. Like it's all, it's going to be your own kind of individually styled pattern at the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the next pattern is her Merry Mint, and the Merry Mint is the adult version of the Mini Mint. And again, I did this one. It was very fun to knit because you just kind of see the pattern develop, and it's so much fun just to do one little motif, and then it's like, oh, I want to put the next one in just so I can see what it looks like. So again, you could do this for yourself. All you would have to do is figure out, how much you're going to need to do each month in order to have it done for next December. And the thing is, it's daunting to like say maybe start that in December and say you're going to get it done. But if you spread it out over the whole year, it makes it a lot more manageable and a lot easier to do.
Absolutely.
So, okay. And the next one, I think there's like 8 of these altogether, 9 of them, I think.
Okay,
so these are, yes, these are the Plaid family socks. And these come in kid sizes, baby sizes, actually, up to adult. Again, your choice of colors. And, you could do them in Christmas colors like that. What's that plaid called? That red and black. Doesn't it have a name?
Buffalo plaid.
Buffalo plaid. Yeah, you could do them in buffalo plaid colors for the whole family. Not me. I'm not doing it. Not me. But somebody could.
Yes, Noelle's family, you heard it here. You're not getting socks next year.
So, no, I didn't say that. You're not getting buffalo plaid socks. I said that. Because that would be like too many pairs of colorwork sock for that many people.
Yes.
But again, another gorgeous pattern. And then we've got, this is the stocking. So this is the not on the naughty list stocking. So this is, and Natalie, correct me if I'm wrong, I think this might be a little bit thicker gauge than sock weight. I think it might be DK, but if I'm wrong, let me know. And again, like, these are stockings. So the benefit of this is you only have to make one. You don't have to make a matching pair. But again, you could easily set this up as an Advent project and have, a full-size finished Christmas stocking at the end of it. Okay, and then we've got, this one's cute. This is the festivities. So it's got a lot of the different bunting all through it. And again, you could divide that up into the different sections of bunting, and then you actually end up with a pair of socks that you could basically wear all year long, like not socks that are just specific to Advent. Mm-hmm. So I believe I've gone through all of them, but I have set up some threads on Ravelry, and in both threads, there's a list of the patterns that the discount code applies to. And I do think I've made up
oh, I did see one in there. Sorry, I should have grabbed that.
Here we go. Okay, so for the Advent patterns, to get 30% off, the code is KNPalong24. So in the Ravelry group, there is pictures of all the patterns, and you just have to click on it. It'll take you right to that pattern. And then if you put in that code, you'll get 30% off. And we will talk about it again. That discount code is good until the end of January 2024. That felt weird today, typing in 2024. I remember back when we were talking about the year 2000.
Yes.
And that was 2024. Like, how did that happen?
Kendall mentioned something today about 2020, like last year. And you do know that we're heading into 2024. That's 4 years ago. But it just seems like, the world stopped at 2020, right? And I will forewarn you that it is a little bit addictive, and you may have a hard time stopping at where you've cut yourself off for that month. I had a few months like that. I'm like, no, I just want to see that next little section. But it does take a lot of pressure off. I know for me, December is it's very often a very busy month. And I really don't have that opportunity to knit every day. Certainly would have like messed myself up if I had counted on doing anything this December, because let me tell you, I have precious little to show tonight. Knitting with a 2-year-old on vacation, that's not going to happen.
I wanted the Merry, what is it called? Their Wonder, Merry and Bright. But I tested Natalie's this year's and I only got 1 sock done. I didn't even get both socks done. So that's going to be, those are going to get finished up for my next year's to get done. But with knitting all the other socks and test knits and sample knits, I just didn't have time. And they're perfect ways to use up, even if you don't have an advent calendar, the patterns are perfect ways to use up your little bits of leftover sock yarn.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
I'm just looking at some of the comments in here. Wendy says she had the advent from last year and she's going to do the Merry and Bright. She has the pattern. Mm-hmm. Sue says, oh, darn, she missed out. Sue, you can go back after the live is over. Just go back and watch this section. I will tell you, I won't be putting time codes in this week, though. It's a little tricky to do from what I have. But anyway, we welcome you all. And somebody did ask some questions last week. And the Advent Along, while we encourage you all to get some of Natalie's patterns, it's not restricted to socks or a pattern that is specifically called an Advent pattern. It could be anything. It could be a blanket that you can break into 24 parts and you do, or 12 parts, sorry, and you do 1 part a month. It could be anything else. But it's just something that you're going to start in January and you're going to work on throughout the year, each month, a little bit each month. And we're all going to finish by the beginning of December so that we have our thing to wear. And that would be a lot of fun.
Well, it can be ornaments too if you want, because even one of her patterns, the Merry and Bright, has the bauble ornaments along with it too. Yes. And there's also the I forget the designer's name, but she does all the different baubles and she's got all different patterns for them. Like if you want to do something like that, if you want to knit little mini sweaters, so you've got them all to give away as gifts at the end of, you can do that. So it's not limited to just socks. It's, again, it's something that you're working on sort of specifically geared towards the holiday season, but you never have time to knit on in the holidays. So you spread it out throughout the year. So now Joy is saying little leftovers cowl. Yeah, there's lots of cowl patterns that use advent calendars too. So anything like that would be fine too. Mm-hmm. So, okay. And thanks, Natalie, for providing that discount for us. So
very kind.
Kelly and I both have knit your patterns and love them.
Yes.
So
see, now I'm feeling kind of bad that I left my Merry and Bright socks home. I could have just strolled around the resort.
You could have taken a picture on the beach.
Oh, that would have been so good. So today, I was thinking of things you can do, that whole, places you can knit. There is a very large iguana that visits the big pool, and I've seen him twice. He's very large. And I was thinking, does he live in that tree? Does he only come down in the hot part of the day? But apparently there was a gentleman down there today. No, he sees the iguana swimming across the pool to get to this little, because there's a tree in the middle of the pool and it's got like a little concrete thing around it. So today I went up to the iguana and he's just sitting there. He's kind of like hanging out in the sun, like all spread out. And he's very, very big. What he likes, because I saw other people doing this, I'm not this crazy that I'm just going to march up to this big creature, but he seems to really like a good chest rub. So I just went up and I kind of observed him for a little bit. I thought, do I really want to stick my hand up there? Because we used to have a little gecko, and you can get a good pinch. And I'm thinking, the size of this guy, he could probably take a finger off. But anyway, I just reached in and kind of started with his neck, giving him a little rub. He gets right up on his hind legs and sticks his chest out. He really just wanted a good rub. And I probably stood there for 5 or 10 minutes, giving him a nice little chest rub. Yeah, he was massive. So then my son-in-law came along and he says, oh, it's too bad you didn't have your knitting close by. We could have hopped you up there and you could have been up there. I said, I know, it's like a thing. Places you can knit. Imagine knitting with an iguana in a pool. I don't think anybody has ever posted knitting with an iguana in a pool, but the week is young. Maybe I'll get it.
You're braver than me. You're braver than me. Anyway. anyway, we've had lots of good ideas here through the Advent thing. So there's Dawn said it's Knitting Tutor that has lots of the bauble ornaments, and then Helen says she's thinking of doing. There's a set of Alan Dart patterns, and I know he does. I think he was on Fruity Knitting one time, and he does amazing, like different. What do you call them? 3D type things.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So there's lots of things that I'm looking forward to seeing everybody's. So yes, I know I've already got socks that I have to finish because I've done a few of Natalie's where I've ended up just getting one sock done. So my job will be to finish those socks. So that
finish your socks. Yeah, you'll have an entire wardrobe of socks by December.
Yep.
Perfect.
So, okay. So we should move on to what we're wearing.
Okay.
So,
I forgot to put it in. I know the pattern designer, and the name of it escapes me. It is.
I know too, and I can't.
It's a pattern by Andrea Yetman.
Okay.
It is. Is it the Melody? The Melody sweater. It's the Melody sweater.
No, it's not.
It's not the Melody.
The Melody sweater was by Unit.
Okay. So sorry.
I could be wrong, but I don't think it is.
Well, it's a very pretty sweater.
You did the Melody. You did the Melody, right? But you did it in Barocco Summer Silk.
Is that the Melody? Okay.
Yes.
Then this one, is it the Dreaming sweater? It's something, it's, okay. When Noelle's talking about hers, maybe I'll slide into Ravelry.
Okay.
How about you talk about yours first?
Okay, I'll talk about mine.
I know what you're wearing, and I'm excited to hear about it. So
yes, I am wearing the, now I can't remember. I am wearing the Starry Night by Beth McDonald Stone. So let me just pull up the banner for that. Okay. Did I put a banner in? Probably not. Oh, yes, I did. Starry Night by Beth McDonald Stone. And this was a test that I did for Beth, but I turned it into a dress. So there's a picture of the full length of it. So it comes to probably about 2 or 3 inches above my knee. It's done in Holst Garn Super Soft in the Venetian colorway. And then up at the top, the stars are done with 1 strand of Holst Garn Titicaca and 1 strand of the Lang paillettes. So the Titicaca is the ecru color. The Lang paillettes, I'm not sure, but it's like an ecru colored thread with gold sequins on it. So obviously the modifications that I made were that I altered the length and turned it into a dress. So in order to do that, I just continued with the A-line increases so that, oh, Mark's got it there. It's Cloud9.
Cloud9. Thank you. I can't even find it in my projects. Sorry.
Anyway, so I continued with the A-line increases till it got to the width that I wanted. There's a fold over hem at the bottom, fold over hem up here. There were options in the pattern up here that you could actually string a ribbon through this fold over and tie it at the back of your neck, which looks gorgeous if you've got your hair up, but I would never be able to tie a perfect bow at the back of my neck. So Ross could maybe do it for me, but I would not have been able to do that. So, and at the time, but because I've got all this and that the glitter and the sequins in here, I didn't really want to hide it. So anyway, happy with it. Really didn't take, like I still probably have half a cone of the Venetian left. So it's really nice and light. I do find I do have to wear a slip under it just so you don't have the yarn catching your tights and things. So
I wondered about that. Yeah. I did wonder about that. But it does look great. And
thanks.
It's such a perfect little winter dress. Like you just
well, I don't know. It is, but I don't honestly know if I'm going to wear it a whole lot more after December until next year because it is very Christmassy.
Well,
like you could do this pattern and choose not to make it this Christmassy. You could just have like a dark background. Don't make it too sparkly. But when you've done it in red and you've got gold glittery stars, it's, to me, anyways, it says Christmas.
All right.
But you don't have to do it like this, right? You could do it in colors that are not specifically Christmas colors. So
yeah, fair enough. Okay. So I am wearing the Cloud9 T. Thank you, Mark. And it is by Andrea Yetman. So I did have that right. And I made this one quite a while ago. Actually, I made it in 2021. So it is, but it's a piece in my wardrobe that I wear again and again and again. And the thing is, when I first made it, I wasn't so keen on it. But lately, in the last year or more, I've been wearing it a lot more. And the more I wear it, the more I wash it. It is mostly a linen content. It's the Barocco Chai. And we've talked about this yarn before. It wasn't super fun to knit with because it was a little hard on my hands. But it is just an amazing yarn to wear.
Yeah.
And as I said, the more I wear it, the more you wash it, the better the fabric gets. It just, the drape on it is just beautiful. I never feel over hot in it. And the construction on it is, it's 56% linen flax, and then it's 44% silk. So it does have those, it doesn't have the sheen that you would expect from silk, but what it has is those gorgeous little silk naps and nubs all through it. I really, really like this sweater. And I have talked about getting this yarn to do another sweater because there were a few other colors that I really like. And, you know, Barocco, we know what Barocco's like. Just when we start to get a yarn that we really like, Barocco will discontinue and move on to something else. So I probably should get something else to make it in. But it's a great sweater. It was perfect to bring on this kind of a holiday. So.
Well, it's great too because it's kind of a, like it's a color, but it's still a color that goes with a lot of things. Like it's not like a specific color that you could only wear with one or two things. It's kind of like a neutral, but I think it does have a green. It's kind of a greenish shade.
Yeah, it is. It's mostly like a kind of like a khaki green.
Yeah.
But I find it does go with a lot of things in the summer. Like you can throw it on with black, you can throw it on with white, even that like that summer rusty orange that's really popular, or you can go to a full out neutral. It looks great with any shades of taupe or tan, anything like that. So it's really easy.
Yeah. And so it even looks great with a bathing suit bottom.
Well, I'm not going to lie. It has been worn as a bathing suit topper. Absolutely, it has.
Versatile.
Holly is signing in. Thank you, Holly. She says iguanas have very sharp teeth. I know they do, Holly, which is why I was a little bit concerned about.
But they're vegetarians. They're vegetarians.
Yeah, these are meaty fingers. So no, but I watched quite a few other people do this little trick first, Holly. I was not going to be the first person in the pool walking up to a 3-foot iguana saying, "Hey, want to rub?" But he definitely. He is, like I said, he's just like a dog, and he really likes a good pressure when you go up and down his chest, and he just pops his chest out and loves it. And he closes his eyes instantly, like he's, you know, like, oh, it's like at a spa.
Yeah, he's obviously used to people.
I'm wondering if he was like somebody's pet and he kind of got abandoned. So, all right.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry that I keep adjusting hair and cords, but I'm tied to my phone with this cord. It's not as long as what I usually have at home. It keeps falling over one shoulder. And I just got out of the shower before we started this. So like now I'm like, I've got that crunchy shower hair. And you know, when you're in a different climate and your hair doesn't dry the way it dries at home. So just anyway, a hot mess. It's hot and I was a hot mess today. We're all good.
Is your headband a knit headband or is that a?
No, it's an Old Navy headband, but it's kind of a, yeah, it looks sort of, it does look sort of knit, doesn't it? It's kind
it
of
does,
like
yeah. I thought it was maybe one of your Sophie scarves.
No, it's a little too warm down here to wear a Sophie scarf tied around my head, but yeah.
Okay, so now Elizabeth says, according to the Barocco website, chai has been discontinued.
But there are quite a few stores that still have it, and I was on the fence. This colorway is called Tomatia, and there is a red one that I really like, and it is like that perfect deep rusty red that goes so well with a khaki. And there are a few people that have sent me links of where I can get it, so definitely that color is still available that I'm after. But.
Okay, well, your sweater looks great, so
thank you.
Make another one. I think I had that pattern on my list, but the list is just too long to ever get to.
Oh, we are never getting to the end of our list. Let's just be fair. We're not knitting all the yarn we have, and we're certainly not making it to the end of that list, but that's okay. It's a fun journey.
Yes. And our mind changes because then you see something else, and it's not that you don't want to knit the other thing. It's just like squirrel.
We get, oh, look at that shiny new thing. Well, I better pass that on too. Oh, and I need new yarn, or, you know, you're someplace and you see yarn that you don't feel you can live without. So,
Okay. So that's it for what we're wearing. Now I guess we move on to, do you have any finishes?
No, hard no.
Okay, I do have some. As you all know, I am working on finishing up the 2023 Christmas socks. So last week I had started on the last pair of adult ones that I had to do.
Okay.
So they are done. So I called them my Riptide socks because I put that Riptide pattern into them. And I did 3 of those sections across it. So you've got one kind of down the middle of the leg and then one on either side just to kind of balance it out. And yeah, I'm again, I like doing the stitch. Plus it's an easy way to keep track of your rows when you put a pattern like that in it. I just finished it off with the gray heel as opposed to the black. So it's a little bit more subtle, and I think that makes it look a little less Christmassy, right? Like with the red and the the marled, and you put a black in, it really looks like a Christmas sock. So that's the last pair of adult ones. So they are done. So it wasn't really any pattern other than they're 64 stitch socks. They're a 2x2 rib at the top, which I did the alternating cable cast on, and then again just into that Riptide pattern just down the front of the sock, and afterthought heel, rounded toe. So those are done. So then the next pair is Penelope's.
Oh, they turned out so good.
Thanks. These are 48 stitch sock. Penelope's will be 2 in May, but I measured her feet and her feet are like 6 inches long. So like, I'm surprised like that the kids' feet are as big as they are. And it seems like I make socks. It does. I make socks and they seem like they're big. And then I take them over to them. I'm like, holy cow, your feet are like bigger than I thought. But anyways, these are done to match her parents' socks. So the colors in these, the pink is just called Pretty Pink. So we do have, so you can pull it up on her leg and it's got like 2 bands of the Pretty Pink. And then the toe down at the bottom is called Sunset. So with hers, I just kind of pieced together what I had left over from the 2 adult pairs of socks. So I pieced in like the marl that was in the twin. This is Timber Yarns, the Timber Yarns twin sock marl. I don't know if the red was called anything other than red. But anyway, there is a project page for it. But I know that the pink is Pretty Pink and the orange is Sunset. Okay, so those are for Penelope, but Penelope is expecting a little sister, but not till March, but I can't leave them out. So,
oh my goodness.
So these are perfect newborn socks.
Oh, I love those socks. I made those for Miles.
I know. I remember when you made them. They do seem like they will stay on.
They stay on.
Like, I don't think this pattern wasn't around when some of my other granddaughters were little. So they are the perfect newborn socks by Tabitha Gandy, and they are a free pattern on Ravelry. So again, this is in the colors, the Sunset, which again, I'm piecing this together, right? So I only had this little bit of orange left. So I got some up in the cuff up here and some down in the heel. And then down at the bottom, I've got the Pretty Pink toe. So all I did, it is just a 2x2 rib that you go down, and then the bottom of the foot is stocking up, but it's actually a little heel flap and gusset.
It is. So, it is. It's fun.
Anyway, so those are done. So those obviously go with the with those and the adult socks. Okay, well, and then there's another baby that's due in January.
Fertile group, those Nelsons.
Yeah, and this is for baby boy Nelson. We don't know his name yet, but this is for baby boy Nelson. Again, same pattern, and in this case, I believe that the blue is called Peacock, and I always get this wrong. Is it brown leaf? The goldy color?
Yes.
I think it's called brown leaf because I always get it wrong because I think it's not brown, it's gold.
I know.
But I'm pretty sure it's called brown leaf.
I think it is.
So again. Yes. This is the Timber Yarns, and basically just, I think I actually got down to here before I switched out the yarn to go into the gold toe. So the blue was his dad's, right? And same in the other ones, the orange was the dad. Because those were men's socks, I didn't have a whole lot left to work with. So I really had to really had to do some yarn management to get the pairs of socks out of them. So that is
it is
those
a great
are my
pattern,
finished
though.
objects.
Yeah,
so, yeah, it is.
I've knit that pattern for like little giveaways to other people too. I knit them for Miles, but I've knit them for other people, and everybody who gets them really thinks they're just absolutely
and they
adorable.
hardly take any time, and they hardly take any yarn.
That's right. Any little small scraps will do. Yes.
Yeah. So the only thing is, when you're doing something like this, I'm not going to lie, it is a pain sewing in all the ends.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
But you can do them all in one yarn.
Yes.
So, okay.
Okay. That's
all my finished objects.
Okay. Well, I have a hoe.
Okay.
Finally a hoe. I finally finished. I don't have a sock blocker, so here's all you see. But I finally finished these. This
Does he know?
Sock. No, he's not here. They're down at they're outside.
Okay. Okay. I was going to say.
I was going to have Miles on here a little bit at the beginning, but I'm telling you, it's he's a different character right now, and sometimes it's a little bit hard to get him calmed down. He's been like just going down slides and leaping into pools, and he's a little wound up today. So I don't know. Maybe next week, once we're back for the pajama party,
and back in his own environment,
maybe things will be a little bit calmer. But these are for his dad, and this is a Christmas gift. And these I call the Molson Canadian socks. So it's the Leo and Roxy anniversary work socks, and I'm knitting.
Now, did it come with those colors? Like with the red and the white and so it came as a Molson set?
No. I made this up. I made up the
set. Okay.
These are
okay.
These are timber yarn colors, right? So I think that's the peacock blue.
I thought you bought a set. Okay.
No. So this is it's peacock blue, and then I've got red, and almost dropped it in my water, and natural, natural, yeah. And so I made this pattern myself to mimic the Molson Canadian colors in their logo. And then, so I finished this just before we left, and then I cast this one on the plane. So this is all plain knitting. I left in the middle of a row. We must have been landing in a hurry. Anyway, this is all plain knitting. So that's what
how did you knit on the plane? But he wasn't on the plane.
He wasn't on the plane. He came from Vancouver. So this is what I can knit in 4 hours, friends.
Okay.
This is it. Yeah, that's good. So I was happy with that. But now, I mean, I've still got all of this to do, because these are 72 stitch socks, and I'm just making those. So, and then I realized, get this, I came down here and I didn't bring the pattern, and I kind of forget about the heel turn, the exact thing. So I thought, what the heck do I do? So I sent a text, I actually called my son, who's been going to the house every day to help with Roxy. And I said, it might be here, it might be there, it might be in this bag, go look. And he found it right away. So he sent me
so he sent you some information on him.
I was going to ask you, but I thought, well, if he's right there and if he can get it, then that's great.
Yeah.
And it's in this bag that we got from Claudia.
This bag?
Yes. And you know what?
That's what mine are in.
This is my new favorite plane travel bag.
I know.
And I'm going to show you why. Look at this. So it has this fun little clip right here, right? So the thing is, when you get on the plane and there's nowhere to do anything, and I always get stuck in the middle seat. So all I have to do is unhook this and put it around the little bar that comes down for your tray table. And then I can still put my iPad on my tray table. And then I snap this back on, and it just hangs from my tray table. So I have a place to put it. So this is my new favorite airplane bag. So thank you again, Claudia. I bet you weren't thinking that when you gifted these bags to us, but I'm super excited to have it. So there we go.
Well, anyways, I'm sure he's going to love his socks. Now, does everybody else get socks?
Kendall gets socks. Hers are done.
Okay.
She gets the DRK Everyday Socks.
You have enough to do a little matching pair for Miles.
Okay, Miles will not leave socks on, okay? That is a time waster to make
Kelly,
socks.
Don't you think he'd want socks like his dad?
No, he wouldn't, because the first thing he does, the amount of times that you have to wrangle something footwear onto this kid. He has really, really wide feet, and I swear he just doesn't want things touching his feet. You can barely get him in the door, but he's plopped down on the floor, shedding clothes. And then, once the socks are gone or the shoes are off, socks are gone. Next thing to go are the pants. That's his favorite way around.
Yeah.
But Anyway.
Yeah, the work socks are cute though, and I've even done them for my kids, and I'll show you next because they fit so nice.
They really do. They really do. And I know Derek is going to love his for sure.
Yeah. Well, they look great. They definitely look Molson Canadian.
They do. They really do. Yes. I know. I'm sure he'll have to be walking around work, you know, like, hey, look at these socks that my mother.
Well, he can just wear his Birkenstocks to work. Put his socks on.
He has Birkenstocks, and he would do that too. He loves hand knit socks. So yeah.
There you go.
Before we go away, I had a couple of, or move on to the next thing. There was a question for you that came in. Carol says can I show it? Yes, there. She's binding off the Friday Tee by Petite Knit in Holst Coast and using the suggested tubular bind off. She said it's already wavy. Should she rip it back?
I don't know. I know when I did it and I did a tubular bind off, I didn't find that. It wasn't wavy. Did you go up a needle size or go down a needle size? Like I probably did my rib on the same size needle as I did the body of the sweater. Mm-hmm. So I'm not on a wider needle, so it's not flaring out. I mean, I would say if you're partway through and you're not happy with it, either block it and see what it looks like blocked, like right now, or steam it.
Put it on, put it on a cord if you can. Yeah. Yep.
And see if you're going to like the look of it before you totally finish it. Because it's a lot easier to take it out now if it's not all done than to try and go back and take it out after you finish it. So I would try and block it and see if you're going to like how it lays. And if you don't, rip it out. But you might be surprised at what it changes when you block it. So.
Okay. And then just before we go to the next thing, Holly is still looking out for me when you said that the iguana is a vegetarian. And she said, read this. They may be a vegetarian, but her husband's cousin had a chunk bit out of his calf after it chased him down the street. I'm seriously rethinking this, okay, friends? You may not see a photo of Kelly knitting with the iguana. We'll see. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. Okay.
So my whip is my next pair. That was a happy accident. Because
is that called yard management?
It wasn't exactly yard management. I just lucked out, to tell you the truth. I knit down and I thought, okay, I'm gonna do it's the shadow wrap heel. And I don't know what I was thinking, but I was thinking that the shadow wrap heel, that you knit around the whole heel. Like, you know how you do an afterthought and you're knitting around the whole heel?
Right.
I just had it in my mind that I was going to do, and I only had a certain amount of green, and I thought, well, I'll go so far, and as soon as I run out of green, I'll just switch to the yellow. And then I get knitting it, and I thought, this doesn't go around the sock. This is like a triangle. I better have enough yarn to finish at least half of this before I go. So I did. Honestly, seriously, that much, and I have enough left to do it on the other sock, but that is all I had left. So then I just thought,
love it. So I think you have accidentally happened upon something that looks amazing, because you've got the green mirrored at the top and then you've got the gold
it was not planned, believe me, it was not planned. I just lucked out that it happened. And again, I had to shorten the toe a tiny bit because I've still got the other sock to do. That's what I've got left of the colors. So there's a little bit of green that I have. There's a little bit of green that I have left for that half of the heel. There's a little bit of yellow for the other half. And then I've got enough yellow for the toe, for the part of the toe. The only saving grace is that the very first pair that I knit were the pair for Ross. And they're the marled ones that has all the colors in them. So I could go and cut like a little piece out of the leftovers of that to fit in to finish it. But luckily that worked out okay. So this is the last pair that I have to get done. And I've already got this much done on the second one. I know.
You made it.
I know. But I haven't done mine yet. But being at the fact I just washed 44 pairs of socks for myself,
I did a big sock wash before we left. When we were in Toronto last weekend, Noelle said on the drive home, she goes, that's it. When I get home, I am going to knit socks this week like it is my actual job. And
that's right.
It looks like you've done that. It really looks like you've done that.
So anyway, they're good. They're good. So I should honestly be able to finish that one up tomorrow, which is a good thing because this week is I made my big batch of nuts and bolts. I baked bread this morning. I've got 3 more days of bread baking. I've still got cookies to make, and
Oh my gosh.
so there won't be a ton of knitting time. So, but everything will get done. I hear little voices in the background.
No, that's not my little voices.
Oh, that's not.
Else's.
Okay. Anyway, so anything else that I worked on? I just did. Did you work on anything else?
Yes, I did work on some other things. So I did a little tiny bit of knitting. There's still Iguana Talk going on.
Oh, is there?
You guys have me so afraid of the iguana now. I'm gonna have to go down and be extra friendly. So
Okay.
here's what
when we were in Mexico, there was a big iguana too, and it used to sit up on the tree. Well, it used to drop huge amounts of you know what.
Well, yeah, there are some of those down there too. Yeah.
I'm like, I am not sitting near you.
Nobody can, well, I mean, you can't really be under the tree, but from what I hear, he's not up in the tree. He just swims across the pool in the morning. So
yeah.
Anyway. Okay, so here's what I cast on in Mexico. It's not a lot to show.
Oh, that's your mitts.
These are my mitts. These are the, I didn't put a banner in, so sorry. But this is the Riptide, they're just called Riptide mitts, right? And this is the yarn that I bought. Boy, I hope you remember the color because I don't. It's something putty. Was it putty? No, pavement. Oh my gosh.
Pigeon?
Pigeon. No. Oh, darn it. It was a good name. It's a good name. I can find it in Ravelry. Did I even prepare for this? Really? Did I? I feel like I did. I was getting things ready yesterday. Hold on.
Oh, no. I was going to go. I got you a banner, but I got the wrong one. There we go.
Okay, so it's the Riptide Knits by JST Designs. And this is the Starlight yarn.
Oh, I just looked at that too.
I know. Look at that. See all the glitter?
It's so pretty.
The glitter is showing. Look at that. Okay. So this is the gorgeous Starlight yarn from the Knitting Loft. And I will find you the color because why do I love this color? Well, not just because it matches my sweater, but it's khaki. And I do love all things khaki. So let me just pull up.
But hold that up again because the pattern stands out so well in that color.
It does. Hold on one second. Let me just pull this up because I want to get the colorway for you. There it is.
Yeah. Everyone wants to know if it's called iguana.
It's called pea gravel, which, it is what it is. But anyway, I love this color. Okay. This is really, really a beautiful color. So here's the thing. The pattern is really showing up well. And we talked about this when we were at the Knitting Loft. We wanted to see if a variegated yarn would show up well in this pattern. The answer is yes. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
So I'll bring this up closer to the camera. Look at how well.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
And I know I'm not very far, but again.
That one stitch just really pops out. Plus, even the broken rib shows up really nicely.
Yeah. So I did change it up slightly because I went to, I should have put this on my other hand, but it's for the right hand. Sorry, same as my watch. But I did go to the 1x1 twisted rib instead of just the regular 1x1 rib. Noelle and I both tend to go that route pretty often. But what's really nice about this, and I really don't have enough knit to show you, but it has this really nice pattern that goes down on either side of the thumb gusset. So she's carrying the broken rib down there, and then the 2 repeats of her Riptide pattern across the top. And then the palm of the hand does have some like plain stockinette outside of the broken rib. I am making the size medium, and I'm hoping, because Noelle had enough, so I'm hoping to have enough left over after I make these to make the Riptide 135 shawl scarf. And I guess I'd be making the one because it's a little bit thicker than our Sophie scarves.
The one that's about this wide. Yeah.
Yes. And
well, so you can just weigh it weigh your yarn when you're done, and then just go halfway, and then.
That's what I plan to do.
Yeah.
I once I get the mittens done, and they are fingerless mitts too. So once I get that done, then I will weigh what I have left. And you're right, I will just knit to the halfway point and go back. But it's You're right, Haley. She says the stitch definition is beautiful. You
It
are
is.
not wrong. The stitch, this yarn is something else. And this is my first project working with the Starlight. It will not be my last. I love this yarn. Love, love, love this yarn. It's a gorgeous pattern.
Well, even and in the lighter color, like I know mine were in the darker color, and I think the stitch definition really pops in that lighter color.
It does. I mean, look, just look at that. And these are not blocked. These are not anything. These are, you know, just what I've worked on a little bit today. So I'm really happy with how they're turning out. So I know that I'm going to absolutely love that little scarf too. So that's what
now I want to do the Riptide cowl.
I like that one too. It has,
I know
the way she's got that little split there, so it fits really well. I know. Darn you, Jennifer Shields Tolan, making these patterns.
Yes. So, what did I work on? I got my calabash back out because it's a test knit that I have to get done.
Klaska, okay. So second. Klaska said that she knit the Riptide cowl. She says she loves the pattern and the fit. So there.
Okay, perfect.
It even makes me want to knit it more now. Klaska, she's a beautiful knitter. She knits so many things that we like to knit too.
Well, once I get done that sock and my test knits, then I can knit whatever I want.
But I'm really enjoying the test knit I'm working on.
I'm enjoying my test knits. This one I love. I'm just at the boring part, which is, well, I mean, I shouldn't say it got set aside because I'm at the boring part. It got set aside because I had to do Christmas.
Because you had socks to knit.
I had socks to do. So again, I'm almost at the point of the rib for this, so it really won't take that much longer to finish it up. So this is the Calabash by Beth McDonald Stone, and we love Beth's patterns.
We do.
This is done in Full Moon Fibers. This is the Rambouillet that they had. Oh, it was about this time last year, and you went to the trunk show, and I couldn't go because I had COVID.
Sick, yes.
And you picked up the yarn for me. And then the yoke color is the Knitting Loft's Care, which is a mohair silk. And the color is called Baby Doll. And you can't see it, but it's really got a sheen to it, and it really looks nice in the sweater. The sweater is knit with reverse stocking stitch on the outside. So I am alternating balls of the hand-dyed yarn just to be on the safe side. And yeah, so that'll be, I even decided I wasn't going to cast any more sweaters on until I finished my test knits.
And so Nancy is asking about the PJ party. Nancy, it's on Boxing Day, but if you could just hang tight for a few more minutes, we're just going to finish up on these whips, and then we are headed to PJ party mode because we've got some things to talk about for that too. So, okay. Other things that I'm working on, not actively working this week, but you know what? I think I'll have a whole lot more time once I get to Chilliwack, and it's colder. So then I'll be more inclined to be knitting. I have not even, Noelle, I feel like I have fallen, I don't know, what was that movie? The Parent Trap, where things have switched. Guess what time I was in bed last night? I mean, in bed asleep before 10:30. This is unheard of.
I don't even think I was in bed. I wasn't even in bed last night, Kelly.
The last time I was in bed before 10:30, I was sick. So that just tells you I'm a night owl. But the sun, man, I'm knackered at the end of these days. I'm tired. So anyway, so I've been working on Beth. I have a green theme going tonight. Everything is green. Yes. So I've been working on Beth McDonald Stone's pattern that is coming out in January. Hopefully, Beth, I'll be done. This is the Deep Dean pullover, and this is using the Estelle Eco DK. And this also is, to me, it feels kind of like one of those Gansey patterns. So it's only knits and purls, and it's just how she arranges them to create the pattern. But this also has really good stitch definition.
Yeah, it does.
Stretch a section out. Look at that. None of this is blocked yet. So this is, I'm going to wear the heck out of this. I know I will. And I love it. It's so soft. This is Estelle yarn. Super great price point too.
Yep.
I got it at the Little Red Mitten. They have quite a good selection of colors there. Like I said, this is really cost-effective yarn. It's a beautiful, soft DK to work with. It's a light DK, I would think. It's not a real heavy one. So I think this sweater is going to be very good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Carol says it's not even very cold in Chilliwack. It feels very spring-like. Well, I'll be spring and green when I get there, Carol.
Yeah, that it is very similar to the color you have on.
It is. I know. And the gloves, right? The gloves are green too.
And the gloves. Well, there you go. You can wear them all together.
I can wear everything together. Yeah. So I'm really enjoying this. And I know you're working on this too, but you're a lot further along. So you want to show yours?
Well, not that much further.
You've split, haven't you?
I have split. And it's because mine is in an alpaca yarn, like this really needs to be blocked out. But the stitch pattern is fun. So now the stitch pattern down here, it's like even though you're into the body, you still kind of got to watch because you've got a whole stitch pattern that's all going through it. Like I'm really enjoying it. Again, I would be knitting on it more, but I had to put it aside to get Christmas things done. So so it will get there. So those two sweaters, the Calabash and the Dean, I have to work on after the socks.
Yeah.
So after the socks and the cookies and the bread. And the dinner.
And your tree is up?
Oh, my tree's been up for a long time because Ross did it.
That's sweetheart Ross. He's such a good guy.
He really is. Yeah. So anyway. Okay. So
that's all I've got that I brought with me to work on. I brought another pair of socks, haven't even started them yet. So
okay. So I might have gone to Little Red Mitten this weekend.
Oh.
Well, I had to go. I was going down because it was Jacqueline's birthday. Yes. So I just stopped. And I actually ran into Sarah. Sarah was there. And Sarah tried to talk me into buying some yarn for a sweater that was on sale. And I didn't buy it. I didn't buy that yarn.
Okay. So what did you buy?
Well, I actually got this book.
Here.
So this is a new book for Rigid Petal. I don't know if you can see it. Is it? Yeah,
I can see a purse. Yeah.
Basics and beyond. Yeah, it's like it's got a purse. There's different patterns in here for look at this.
Oh wow. That's a knitter's bag.
Yeah. And then there's just a minute. There was another really neat kind of these bags.
Nice. Like a market
and so
bag.
That's all done with just weaving with like a rigid heddle loom. So, but it's just got lots of different patterns and different variations, like tea towels with texture in them. And like I've got a basic book, but it doesn't give you as many of these variations and things. So this gives you more ideas, and it's got quite a few projects in it. And yeah, so I really, really have to get back to doing some more weaving. I'm going to have to like budget my time out to the different projects so I can spend time on each of them. But
because
I want to do it all, but there's still only
to either.
Yeah. So
Joanne
and
asks,
then one other thing. I didn't buy anything else there, but I had talked about last week that I had ordered the yarn for the Yule. Is it Yule Do by Isabel Kramer?
Yule Do, yes.
And I ordered it.
Before you walk away from that, can you say who the author is of that book?
Book? Yeah.
Yeah, Nancy's asking.
Okay, it's Deborah Jarchow. I'll list it in the show notes.
Okay.
But it's Deborah Jarchow. And they've also got a book there that I've got, and I'll put it in there. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a great rigid heddle book. It's got like explanations on everything. So I'll list that one as well. And I know that they carry that one at Little Red Mitten as well.
Excellent.
But anyway, so I ordered my yarn. It is a Christmas present, even though I've seen it, but I didn't cast it on. I'm not casting it on until after Christmas. But I ordered it on Tuesday night before Knit Chat. I had it Thursday morning. Like it was shipped and I had it Thursday morning. So I ordered some more of the Starlight. That was what Kelly was just working on for her Riptide mitts. So, but look at these colors. So this is
Oh, I remember that color well. That was, remember I went back and forth between those colors it was so hard to choose.
So this is the olive. And then I couldn't decide what I wanted to put it with.
Love that.
So this one is called Mustard. So it's a gold. And then this one is called, this is just Antique White. But like, I really like, I'm getting all confused because I'm on the opposite side today. Like I like those two together. I like all three of them together. And then this was the color, the Merlot that I had. I like all four of them together. There we go.
You can't go wrong.
But just gorgeous. But I think I'm going to use the green and the antique white to do the Yule Do. And then there's a bow, the December bow by Petite Knit. I want to do one of those because it would be really cute to wear with a collared shirt and pick up the bow. So I think that would be cute, like in the gold. But anyway,
I was just thinking, do we still have
sparkly things?
Do we still have the picture of that pattern? I'm just looking. The Yule.
I think I took it down. But the Yule.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's it. Did you buy any yarn in Mexico?
No. Somebody was just asking if there's a yarn store. If there is, I haven't found it yet. But we are going. We're heading into town tomorrow, and then also Thursday night we're going into the art walk, and that's when they have all of the artisans down in the town square, and all of the galleries and whatnot, and shops are open, music and things like that. So I don't know. Hey, Marianne's been here. Marianne's in here tonight. Marianne, is there a yarn near here that I need to get? There, she says no yarn
okay,
store.
No yarn store.
I didn't expect that there would be, which is why I made sure I brought enough yarn. But when I go to Chilliwack, if I'm having any kinds of withdrawal, there is an amazing yarn store there, so I'm not too concerned.
So,
yeah. Okay. What's up next?
That's it. Our pajama party.
Pajama party. Okay. Yeah. So the next time you see us, Christmas will be over. My gosh, we're that close to Christmas already. It just doesn't seem like it's possible.
I know. It's just like it was like lots of time to knit socks, and then all of a sudden where are your knit socks?
Just get rid of that. So we are hosting our third annual. I cannot believe it's the third annual. Oh, I can't show that tonight, the banner. We are on opposite sides. I was going to put our banner up with our Instagram names, but yeah.
Well, I couldn't. I know. I looked at that earlier and I thought I can't because it's opposite. So.
Okay. The pajama party. So we're hosting that on December 26th this year, which is the Tuesday, the first Tuesday after Christmas. We hope lots of you can join us, and it will be at the same time, 7:00 here on this channel. And we have some fun things planned. So we encourage you to show up in your PJs, which some of you may already do, but we will be in PJs as well. And I'll be in Chilliwack. Noelle will be in Sarnia. And fingers crossed, I will have the slideshow completed. I've been working on it. Hopefully all goes well.
I know, there was a lot of pictures.
There are a lot of pictures, and there's going to be a lot of moving parts to get this show all put together next week. So I really hope that everything goes well for us. And we've got prizes. We've got lots of prizes. And so come with your projects, your PJs, maybe a cocktail. I think Noelle might have some Prosecco planned, some pink bubbly Prosecco. We may also be in our curlers because we've talked about that too. And I did pack my elf hat, so we are good to go. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's same thing. It's 7:00 the Eastern Standard Time for us. I don't know what time zone that finds you in, but it's the same as our normal Tuesday night.
Yep.
And so we're calling it our Christmas PJ party, and it's just gonna be fun.
Yep. So anyway, I think that's it for today. I just noticed a question here about the rigid heddle loom. I have a 32-inch. Lennis wanted to know it's a 32-inch rigid heddle loom, but I do have an attachment to put a double heddle in it. But I haven't tried that yet. But this book has some instructions on that, so I'm looking forward to trying that. So we'll see.
I also want to say, before we head out, a big thank you again to Streamyard. Streamyard is the platform that we use to do this podcast with. And as you can see, it works pretty flawlessly, even when you are not just across the country or across the town, but also when you are in completely different countries.
Exactly.
And I know that when Noelle was in New Zealand last year, we were able to continue our podcast, just account for the time differences. Yep. So anyway, StreamYard is super easy to use. And even if you're not a podcaster, we were just using it last week when we were getting together with some friends that we have in the States. It's a fantastic platform just to get together and chat on. And it is a free program for some of the features. And if you're looking for something a little bit more advanced, they do have, some tiers. If you are looking for a coupon code, we have that always every week after our episode. There is a link to click on if you're interested in finding that as well. So, yeah.
Okay. So we hope that for anybody that celebrates Christmas, that you have an amazing, wonderful Christmas holiday. And for anybody that celebrates everything, we wish you the best of everything. And, we hope that you're able to join us next week. And we want to thank everybody for this whole year for spending time with us and making our Tuesday nights so special. And, it's so nice to be able to say that we have friends all over the world, and we just wish the best for everybody. So
me too. Safe holidays, happy knitting.
Yep. And take care, and we will see you next week.